Do you think demonetization and GST impacted jobs? Yeah, quite a number. How many of you, next question, think that technology, digitization, robotization, and other technological changes will impact jobs? Oh, there's an even larger amount. Good. It's a very good audience I've got. Now I'll give you a broad picture this. You're going in a large ocean liner, which is, let's say, heading north. Then you jump into the swimming pool and you start heading south, right? Now, after an hour of this, you're swimming in one direction, the liner is going in another direction. Will you be heading north or south? Yeah, obviously. So the point is, you will be heading north because even though you are swimming to the south, the liner is going at a faster speed and is heading at somewhere else. So in that kind of a context, if you're going to say, okay, small things like demonetization, damaging jobs, no, that's the swimmer who's going in one direction. That's not going to be there. What my current talk is about the larger forces that are going to impact the area of jobs and skills. And those are the things we need to understand before we are even going to understand how we are going to deal with the problems that are going to surface as we go along. The first most important thing is that tech is indeed going to impact jobs, whether you like it or not. In the short to medium term, it will impact jobs. If you look at the kind of technology that's being developed, this is what is happening. All these things will impact jobs. Computing power, speed, data, everything is actually moving towards the replacement of human capability with technology capability. This is the reality. I will not read everything, mention it. While you read, I'll talk about it. So this is my primary proposition. The trend, I'll explain the trend to you a little more. In the next slide, you will understand the impact all this is having. Tech is growing at a frenetic speed. Okay. The point is, it's not just about Murphy's Law or whatever it is, not Murphy's Law, Moore's Law, and how things are expanding very fast. But many combinatorial technologies are coming to accelerate the process even more. So you're going to see enormous disruption caused by tech, and all of it will have a direct impact on our jobs and the kind of skills we'll need to develop those jobs. That is what is happening in tech. An Oxford Martin study says, they've studied 700 types of jobs in the world, and they said 47% can be automated in the next 5 to 7 years with known technology, nothing new. The World Bank says 69% of jobs in India are vulnerable to automation, right? It doesn't mean 69% of people lose their jobs, but that significant parts of those jobs will be automated. McKinsey, same thing. $16 trillion worth of jobs are vulnerable to do with just existing technology. Forget future AI and all those things. Okay. Now this is the impact that's already been studied and people are talking about it. But technology is always a double-edged sword. It's actually both capable of creating jobs and losing them, but it's capable of huge disruptions in the short run. Now today what is happening is that technology is creating a lot of jobs that didn't exist 5 years ago. Like for example, app-based taxis are now there, they're creating millions of jobs, they're making thousands of jobs. So we are going to see, we talked about new age, next gen manufacturing, but I am saying manufacturing is going to be hollowed out over the next 10, 15 years. The jobs will be in the long chain that you have, not in the factories themselves, because factories will essentially be run by robots with a limited human interaction there. But new jobs are going to be created in what I would call blue-collar services. Once upon a time, in the industrial age, manufacturing age, we had blue-collar workers. Now you're going to have blue-collar services where you will have people delivering pizzas or sitting on retail counters, or you're going to have people running in warehouses, logistics. Those are the areas where your jobs are going to. This is the services equivalent of the blue-collar manufacturing job. This is where jobs are going to expand in a dramatic size. And not only that, the jobs will pay well, but they are often poor quality jobs and they are often gigs. So that's one thing that will happen. The second trend, so that's the first part, just technology and its impact. Second thing, and this is actually accelerating technology. We are now entering an age of almost very low cost capital, patient capital, people who are willing to wait several years to get a return on investment. Okay, when a Walmart says a company that didn't earn any money, any profit in the last 10 years is worth $16 billion, you know that something big is happening there. Today, there are global bonds worth $17 trillion, okay, that's 6 times our GDP, that give negative interest rates. What it means is if you put 100 rupees with that bond, when the bond matures, you will get less than 100 rupees. So we are talking about an age where capital costs are diving down towards zero or near zero, in many cases. Just look at our own case. It's not the case in India yet, but just look, Japan, what is it doing? It's funding your bullet train with an interest rate of 0.1%, okay? That means it's basically giving you the money for free and say, look, just give me 0.1% interest. I'm happy with that, which means they are used to negative returns on capital, okay? So what is the implication of this? Two things, money for innovation and tech will be endless. This actually will have an impact on labor and capital, because capital is available freely, then when capital will always be used to substitute labor. And this is something that's going to happen, whether you like it or not. Of course, there are plus sides that I'll come to them later. Okay, this is the kind of quantum of money available for globally, okay. Companies today have sitting on $7 trillion worth of cash surpluses. Apple alone is sitting on some $250 billion, equal to the GDP of Pakistan. Okay, that's what it is. That may be going down, but Apple's money is not going down. Bain and Company says this is the total amount of globally available capital already invested or available for sale and investment. You're talking about, as of now, we have about $900 trillion of available capital already invested or available for investment. This is 10 times projected global GDP, right? This is the amount of, this is the balance we have between capital and what's available. So power in this scenario, where capital commands everything, is going to shift from manufacturing to tech companies. Biggest capital surpluses are with the technology companies, and technology companies will invest in technology. They're not going to invest in an apple orchard in Himachal or in a textile plant somewhere else. They're going to do more tech. So tech is accelerating tech, and this is what you're going to get.